Alright, what is up, Clemson Nation? What's up, TTC? Guys, it's time for another new team to come in. Last time we welcomed a new team into the conference, we played at their house and stomped their teeth in. That was Syracuse last year. Carrier Dome was, what was that, the biggest crowd the Carrier Dome's ever had last year when we played them. Still won 49-14. It might have been loud for a couple of drives. Not a very loud place. It's a dome, so I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. And Petrino, I know you didn't mean what you said. You just meant it was loud, so I'm not going to hold that against you. It's not going to matter because you're still going to lose Saturday. Making up for it's not going to help anything. Might help the game in the future, but this year it's going to be a Clemson victory. Now let's get into Louisville and what they've done. We know what Clemson's done. We had a couple of heartbreaking losses. We were in the game until the fourth quarter in both of them, leading against Florida State. The Georgia game could have been completely different had Deshaun Watson played the whole game. But then again, the way the offensive line performed in the second half, I still don't think we would have won that game. You never know, though, but I'm going to give Georgia the benefit of the doubt. Florida State game, that was with Deshaun Watson. Heartbreaker. Stuff happens. But since then, a little shaky against North Carolina on defense. Figured things out, though. NC State was a cakewalk. North Carolina really was a cakewalk, too. Second string just gave up some points late. The first string started off, but second string definitely gave up some. But anyway, since then, Clemson's played really good football, especially against NC State. And we've got the passing game going, starting to pick up the running game, but I don't expect to run the ball much on Louisville. And I do expect to pass the ball. They can bring whatever schemes they want. Facts of the matter is, when you pressure Deshaun Watson, when you pressure him, he plays better. He plays even better. He has a better passer rating, has a better completion percentage, has a better third down conversion rate, I think. Something like that. So when you blitz Deshaun Watson, what you'd see with last year's Clemson teams, when you blitzed Taj Boyd, when you blitzed, that offense last year, we'd fall apart. This year, it's the complete opposite, and that's really what we needed. You can bring the blitz if you want to. Deshaun Watson's going to beat you whatever you do, and that's just the way it's going to be. And offensive line put a little bit better against NC State, but let's be honest, guys, we've got to pick it up. Offensive line is just so thin right now. We have no depth whatsoever. There's injuries killing us. A lot of problems there. But let's talk about Louisville for a minute. Louisville fans have been half pretty confident, half not. Half of them have been coming in here saying stuff like they're going to easily hold us to under 20 points because of their number one defense. Honestly, Louisville has been so much less than what I expected this year. Obviously, there was going to be a big drop-off from Teddy Bridgewater leaving, but I expect them to still have a good defense, which they do, but no offense whatsoever on this Louisville team. You only put up 20 points at home to Wake Forest. That's a team you're supposed to put up 60 on, okay? And you don't even have to have a great offense to do that. You lost to the little brother of the ACC. You lost to Virginia in your first ever conference game with them. It took Clemson like 30 years to lose to Virginia for the first time after joining the ACC. You guys managed to do it in year number 1. There's absolutely no excuse for that. That itself it made me mad at y'all because we could have had a ranked victory here with you guys coming in, and now you're just a mediocre team limping in, barely beating Wake Forest. Okay, now I expect y'all to somewhat limit Clemson's offense. I don't expect to be able to move the ball at will all game. Y'all will have more 3-and-outs than we've had in a long time, but you're not going to score on us. I don't expect you guys to score more than 2 touchdowns on us, and that's just being truthful. I mean, honestly, I could see ourselves getting another shutout here just because your offense has been so unimpressive. And heck, NC State had an impressive offense, and we came in here and shut them out. So if we play like we did last week defensively, there's no excuse not to shut Louisville out. or at least hold them to under 2 touchdowns. And I can easily see that happening. Offensive wise, we still got a lot of stuff to work on. And this will be a good test because Louisville does have a good defense, not a great defense. But then again, you can't really tell because they haven't played a team with a pulse yet. So this is their first test of the year, and they've already got a loss. So that does tell you something. I'll go ahead and here and say my prediction for this game will be, I'll go 34-10 Clemson. I'll give Louisville a few points. But honestly, it'll be nice to come in here, have a packed stadium, have a pretty good atmosphere again. But Louisville, you're just going to be outmatched, outmanned, and Clemson will continue to roll in this game. Go Tigers.